Morning. Is it a super chill out today? Christina, are you snuggled up in your favorite comfy cozy blanket? Is she the cutest or what? How do you snuggle? Do you snuggle in tight? Oh, with her nose tucked in and her thing. Now, when we snuggle, we're gonna talk about different winter animals in our story today. And you know what? A lot of these winter animals you may have seen out in your backyard or in the woods. Have you seen squirrels? Have you seen raccoons? Have you seen deer? Have you seen turtles? Sometimes by the little rivers and lakes. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. So we're snuggling up today because in our story, a lot of these animals in the wintertime snuggle down deep with each other. So my loves, Miss Christina Bunny and I have are going to encourage you to bring it with you to story time, okay? All right. And you know what? Christina, do you have a comfort buddy you like to snuggle with when you have You do? Would you be able to show everyone? Would everyone like to see? Because I'm sure everyone has a comfort buddy they snuggle with. Let's see what Christina Bunny's is. I think I know what it is. What? It's her teddy bear buddy. What? It's a teddy bear dressed as a bunny. What? We call him Ted Bun. He's awesome. He gives Christina Bunny a lot of comfort at night. And when she takes naps, she loves to hug, and snuggle down deep with Ted Bun. Now, my loves, if you have that blanket already, Miss Mel and Christina Bunny are going to encourage you to grab your comfort buddy so you can snuggle down deep, just like our animals. All these animals you've probably seen before in your yard or when you've taken long walks or hikes. Maybe you have seen them. And we're going to learn what they do in the winter to keep extra warm. So we're going to snuggle down deep. All right, my loves, you have your blankets? How many of you have your blankets out there? Raise your hand. What? Or raise a paw. Our blankets today, all right, my loves? And now our story today is by Diane Ohanesian and illustrated by Emily Bornoff. So it's a beautiful story. Now, this story you can also order with your parents through Delco County Libraries, and you could do it for curbside pickup, my loves. And in the beginning of the story, we're going to see a lot of different animals we're going to see throughout our story today. So can we pick some of them out together? Cool beans. Let's pick out a squirrel. How many of us see skunks sometimes or smell them at least? Chipmunks? Bunnies? What? Is that an Arctic hare? I think it is. Arctic hare over there. Turtles? Foxes? What? Frogs? All these amazing animals. And as we go to each page, my loves, Miss Mel and you and Christina Bunny are going to count how many animals are snuggling down deep. But we're going to snuggle up each time we snuggle. Get that comfy, cozy blanket. Get that comfort buddy, because we're going to snuggle down deep together. All right, my loves, here we go. The first animal is a bear, a mama bear with all her cubs. It's winter time. It's slumber time. Cubs waddle to their den. Mama bear will make sure to keep them extra warm till springtime comes again. Cuddled nose to nose, cheek to cheek, and cuddle and snuggle down deep. Ready? Grab your blankets, my loves. Let's try that again. Ready? That's our rhyme for today. Ready? Nose to nose. Can you point to your nose? Good job. We're going to join nose to nose with our comfort buddy. Ready? Here we go. Nose to nose, cheek to cheek, cuddle down and snuggle down deep. Good job. How many bears do we see on our page today? Can we count them? 1, 2, 3, 4 bears. What? 4 bears snuggling down deep today. I think it looks like a fox. What do you think, Christina? Does it look like a fox? foxes in a den. Or maybe there's, whoa, no, wait a minute, those are squirrels. The squirrels look like foxes. Sometimes you see them in the trees at home. You see these? If you look up in the trees when you're walking, you'll see these nests up in trees that are made with leaves and lots of twigs. And those up a big ball. They love to take long winter naps. When fluffy snowflakes fall. Okay, here we go, my loves. Grab your comfort blanket and your comfort buddy. Ready? Here we go. Nose to nose, cheek to cheek. Good job. What are those squirrels in their nests in the great big ball in the tree? How many squirrels are there? Can we count them? Let's look and see. 1, squirrels. Miss Belle's probably going to see a couple of those today. What's our next animal? Oh, Cutie, Patootie, mice. What? They're so cute. Tiny mice dig tunnels to stay warm in chilly weather. So they dig tunnels under the ground to stay nice and warm and chilly. Up in their tunnel, in their little den, they move in and they built their homes beneath the ground, working hands together to make their nest. Oh, how many mice do we see today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mice. 5. Good job, my loves. Now let's tuck in with our blankie. You have your blankie and your comfort buddy for our ride today. Tucked in, nose to nose, cheek to cheek, and snuggle down and cuddle deep, 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 deep. Good. Oh, turtle power. What? Turtles today. Turtles doze below the pond while snow swirls overhead. So they go deep, deep, deep under the pond while snow falls all above them. The sticky, muddy bottom makes a cozy turtle bed. Puddled. Let's tuck in. Ready? Here we go. Get in your comfort zone. Cuddled. Puddled down. Nose to nose. Cheek to cheek. Cuddle down. Deep, 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 deep. How many turtles do we see, my loves? Can we count them together? 6 turtles. 6 turtles. Cuddle down. Deep, 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 deep. Snuggle down. What's our next animal? Can anyone tell Miss Mel and Christina Bunny what this animal is? Okay, if you know it, shout it out loud. It's a deer. Pine trees' branches make a roof just right for white-tailed deer. Nestled. Here we go. Ready? Cuddle up. Nose to nose. Cheek to cheek. Cuddle and snuggle down. Deep, 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 deep. Good job, my loves. How many deer in the family do you see? Let's see. Let's check it out and see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 members of the deer family today. Oh, how many of us love our frogs? What? How many of us could do a big ribbit? Ready? Here we go. The sound of a frog. What? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Ribbit. That was pretty low. Ready? Let's see how frogs snuggle down deep, deep, deep in the snow today. When freezing rain comes pouring down, what do frog friends do? They leap inside a hollow log. Do you see them in the log today? They leaped inside a hollow log. Pressed up. Ready? Where's your nose? Show us where your nose is. Point to your nose. Your honker. Burr. Nose to nose, cheek to cheek. They cuddle and snuggle down. Deep, 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 deep. Good job, my loves. Now, how many frogs do we see in their hollow log today? Let's go and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 froggies. What? Whoa! Christina Bunny's going to get excited about this because these are Arctic hares. These are bunnies. Oh, my goodness. Blustery winds. Shh. Send bunnies hopping toward big banks of snow. It's their secret hiding place, a bunny bungalow. Oh my goodness, they bundle up tight. Nose to nose. They snuggle and cuddle down. Deep, 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 deep. Good. Count with us, and my loves, count with us too. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 bunnies cuddle up nose to nose, deep, deep, deep. They snuggle down deep, deep, deep. Oh my goodness, chipmunks. Chipmunks are the tiniest, cutest little animal. Oh my goodness, they're adorable. Chipmunks fill their puffy cheeks with food. Can you fill your puffy cheeks with food just like where they store it in there? And when winter comes, they're ready for a long, relaxing rest. Huddled together, nose to nose, cheek to cheek, cuddled and snuggled down, deep, 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 deep. Now, how many chipmunks do we see in the nest today? Let's count them. Let's look and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chipmunks in our nest today. Good job, my loves. You guys are counting machines. What's deep below the frozen ground? A winter home for skunks. Woo! Skunks. Collecting bits of twigs and sticks, they load their toasty bunks. So they get under deep, deep, deep loud sticks and leaves to build their nest. And they burrow in their nest, nose to nose, cheek to cheek. And they cuddle and snuggle down, deep, 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 deep. Oh, good job, my loves. Oh, my goodness, wait a minute. We didn't count our skunks today. How many skunks are there today? Let's look and see. Skunkers. Now, let's see what our... Oh, can anyone tell Miss Mel and Christina Bunny what this animal... Raccoons. Peek-a-boo. Raccoons see you from deep inside the tree. They'll stay right here all winter long, as comfy as can be. Rolled up, everybody, nose to nose, cheek to cheek. They nuzzle and cuddle down, deep, 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 deep. Oh, how many raccoons are there in the raccoon family? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. Oh, now it's winter time. Are left in sight. It's very cold on a winter's night. They're dreaming. Snoozing, snoring through each morning, noon, and night. Here are all the animals we saw in our story today. We saw squirrels and turtles and frogs and raccoons and deer and bears and mice and skunks and chipmunks. Here they are. Oh, Christina for her comfort buddy. Where they're settled nose to nose, cheek to cheek, and they cuddle and snuggle down deep, 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 deep. Oh, that was such a great story. Snuggle down deep, 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 deep. Now, my loves, if you, just like Christina Bunny, shared her comfort buddy today with all of you, Ted Bun. Ted Bun's awesome. So cool. Please feel free to share a picture of your comfy, cozy comfort buddy today in our comment section today. Who do you snuggle down deep, 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 deep with? And who do you hug every night and with nap time? Who do you snuggle with? And were there any favorite animals in our story today that you absolutely loved? Mention an animal that you absolutely love too, my loves. Ted Bun, it was so nice meeting Ted Bun today, wasn't it? Now, Miss Mel, after our story, every story time, and you know what? In our links today, Miss Mel was inspired. I was inspired by this wonderful link called from Spruce Crafts of amazing, amazing snow globes you can make at home with so many different types of materials. Now, when Miss Mel does a craft with you, every time after story time, we always try to use things majority of the time that you can find around your house to make it super simple and super easy and for things you can do at home, and they're so super awesome. So these crafts of these snow globes really inspire Christina Bunny and I to help you make a terrarium from home. So today, after our story time, check out those links above us, my loves, if you want to make any other different ones, because they're really inspiring. But today we're going to teach you how to make a terrarium. And what is a terrarium, you ask? Well, terrarium's like an aquarium. You could fill it with different plants and make your own little world in there. So you fill it with live plants, but today we have some plants that are paper plants we're going to put in there. We're going to put our own woodland creature and woodland plant scene, our own little forest and woodland creature scene, like many of the animals we saw in our story today, Snuggle Down Deep. We saw raccoons, we saw squirrels, we saw foxes, so many different cool woodland creature animals. We saw Christina in there. We saw the bunny. So today, my loves, right after story time, Miss Mel created an amazing template for all of you. Now, you're going to see on this template 2 trees that we can find in our forest that many of us saw in our forest today. These are different kind of trees. We saw mostly trees in our story that didn't have leaves on them, and these are evergreen trees. So you can color them whatever you color them green. It's your forest, my loves, and your creative imagination. You feel free to color them. Scissors for this project, and as Miss Mel always recommends, use them with your parents, my loves, as we get used to them and practice. After story time today, that you can print off on regular paper, and then you can, or cardstock if you have it, but I just printed mine off on a regular piece of paper. And you know what? We also have different animals. What? That you can color all on your own before you cut them out with your parents, my loves. We have a badger. We have a moose. We have a squirrel with a nut. We have a wolf. We have a bunny. What? We're going to show you some of these animals. We have a raccoon. We have a fawn, a baby deer. Amazing, amazing woodland creatures. And like Miss Mel said, right from what we're going to share right after story time today, and you can color them however you'd like before you cut them out. Now, what else you're going to need is something you can find around your home. You're going to use a jar, whether it be a pickle jar. I used a pickle jar because usually my big pickle jars are really wide and they're really big, so my hands can fit in there very easily. So pickle jars are great. Any big wide mouth jar is really cool. Maybe a mayonnaise jar, or maybe mom or your parents have or grandparents have and Christina Bunny colored all of our trees, and we colored all of our animals. She helped me cut them out, right? Now you can also, after you cut them out, use a cereal box if you need a little more sturdiness when you put them in your terrarium today, in your glass jar today. You can use a cereal box. You can use a cracker box. You can use any box that houses some food for you to cut out easily to put on the back of your animals so they'll stand up a little bit better. Now, what did Miss Mel do? After we cut all of our trees and animals out, we made a little terrarium with them. What? It's our own little world in a jar. Now, we use cotton balls, but you don't have to use cotton balls. Maybe your parents have them in the cabinet at home, right, for the bathroom. You can use cotton balls. You can use tissue paper from maybe some presents. You can use, Christina, we used one other thing in our jar, didn't we? We used a piece of paper that we cut up and shredded, and we use that for snow. So you can use shredded paper, you can use cotton balls, you can use anything you want, my loves. You can totally use it. Oh, that's awesome, Christopher! And Baby Yoda snuggled down deep. That's awesome! Awesome! Christina Bunny and I got so excited she wanted to share her 10 month again. We love Baby Yoda. Oh my goodness, it's awesome. Thank you for sharing, my loves. Mwah. So today we're going to snuggle down deep with these animals after Now these animals we cut out, Miss Mel and Christina Bunny used our wolf today in our terrarium. After we put in our jar, we cleaned our jar out really super duper well. And we dried it out very well. And Miss Mel used a pickle jar for this project. And I also used a sauce jar for my project too, where I put the moose and the badger and the raccoon. And after I colored them and after I dried this jar out really well, Miss Mel put cotton balls in there, right? That look like snow. Oh my goodness. But like Miss Mel said, and Christina Bunny said, you can use shredded paper. You can use anything you'd like, really, that resembles snow, that looks like snow. And you know what? It was soft to the touch using the cotton balls. So that was really cool. It felt like snow. And you know what? We put a wolf in there, and we put a fox in there. Can we see the animals? A fox. And we put a deer in there. And as you can see, we put them all in different little spaces. So when Miss Mel opens her jar, I can take out the animals whenever I want, and I can put them in different spots. And I think if you look up close enough, do you see the bunny all the way by the trees? What? We had to put a bunny in there. What? So my loves, have a super fun time making this. And if you make this today or craft you made, we'd love to see it. And we'd love to see any of the crafts you decided to make. Oh my goodness. Miss Mel's going to hold on to this because this jar is super cool. And you know what? Whatever animals you put in this jar, wouldn't it be super cool to make a story all about your animals in the jar? That's a cool thing. We can make up a story about all the animals we decide to put in our jar. How cool is that? So my loves, remember, you're going to get this piece of paper to create your animal world, your animal terrarium with your parents today, right after story time. So check that out, my loves. You can print it off. It's super duper awesome. Oh my goodness. We are going to talk about polar animals. And what does Miss Mel mean by that? Well, I mean, we're going to talk about animals who live in Arctic and polar regions, really cold regions. And they've adapted really well, which means they have extra fur on them or feathers, which kind of push the water away like penguins. Oh, who do we have in here today? Penguins. We're going to talk about all those polar animals, and we're going to talk about narwhals and whales. Oh my goodness, it's going to be so much fun. We're going to learn so much about cool polar animals. Ah! Ted Bud! Oh my goodness. Christopher! That you snuggled down deep with Yoda. She brought up Ted Bud to show you again. How cool. And we'll see everyone tomorrow. We're going to do another cool craft, my loves, tomorrow. Have a great day and snuggle down deep. Get cozy.